Yeah, and just what were your kind of emotions throughout the night, and kind of the swings in the game, and obviously different things that happen, and then finally having a chance, kind of at the end, to give yourself a shot towards the end of the game.
Basketball is a game of runs. They just made a bigger run at the time. We kind of had a tough time handling it, trying to solve that as a group. So shout out to the group that was in there. I think like third quarter that made that run kind of cut us. I think it was like 15. So just a good lesson for us to keep playing. And then we had our chances to win it. And at the same time, I think when you get down into a hole like that, it's really hard to climb out against a good team. So.
Game kind of got away from you guys in the second quarter with them hitting 9 threes. What do you feel like was one of the bigger issues in that quarter?
They hit 9 threes. I think our rotations were a little slow. It kind of had to spread out a little bit. And, credit to them. They've been playing that way for so long that, any mistake you make on defense, they can really make you pay. And that's kind of just what happened. They were generating good offense, and I think our offense got a little sticky, so they were able to kind of get out and transition on some of our bad shots, and it's the way it kind of went.
Jalen, I just wondered, seeing Chet's injury, I wonder your reaction and just how tough it might have been to reel yourself back into the game after seeing that.
Yeah, it's tough. Obviously, I don't really know what his situation is right now, but just praying for him, and that's all. I think anytime you see one of your brothers go down, it's kind of hard to reel yourself back into the game. So I think that timeout kind of helped a little bit, just to kind of like center ourselves again. And at the end of the day too, it's kind of like a next man up thing. We can't like dwell on it for too long, just because obviously the game is going to keep going, and like Golden State's not going to feel bad for us. They're going to keep playing. So,
have you had conversations with him since he went down?
I texted him, but I haven't really heard back from him. Obviously, his night's going to be kind of chaotic. So,
and last thing for me, obviously, if he does miss some time, you guys are without your center rotation. Just what confidence do you have in going small ball a lot of the time moving forward, if that's a possibility?
It's not the first time that we've done it, so. Looking forward to the challenge of that.
We can go to Cliff and then Law. Go ahead.
Okay. I guess, what does it say about the culture of this team to be down by 30 late in the third quarter and then cut it to 6 in the fourth? And just, and then what did you guys find? I mean, was it a rotation? Was it just an approach? What did you find that brought you guys back into it?
Just continue to compete. Basketball is a game of runs, so I feel like in the NBA especially, you're never too far behind or too far ahead. So that's just kind of how our culture is, to kind of keep chipping away at the lead or keep building the lead. And I thought that group did a good job of getting it close. And then I think the group that came in also did a good job of kind of running with that energy. So that just kind of speaks to our team and how we like to play.
So you had a big block in that fourth quarter. You're usually the bigger player on the floor, besides Chet, at the position that you're asked to fulfill defensively. How does your role specifically kind of change when y'all are small? Since you're used to not having the most size on the floor, how does your role change? How does the team has to help you with interior defense in that regard?
Just on defense?
Just defense. Yeah.
I think it's just kind of the mentality of our defense. So it's not really that much of a change. It's just more being ready to recover for each other. I didn't think we did a great job of communicating coverages today until we got closer to the end, where we started picking up momentum and playing harder. But that's kind of what it boils down to. I think if you're not playing as hard, the mistakes look bigger. But when you're playing hard, you can kind of cover up for a lot of things. And that's something we've been good at all year. And we kind of had a letdown tonight with it. But during spots of the game, I think the more you compete throughout, whether you're small or big, I think it just kind of helps overshadow any mistakes you make.
Go to Andrew.
As the bench was making that run in the fourth quarter, what does the decision look like on the bench to bring you and Shea back into the game? Like, is there like a certain point, or is it like a feel? Like, what does that look like?
That's a Mark question. I don't know. I'm just ready to play. I think that's how the group that went in there and cut the lead down did that. being ready to play. And then I think just for like that group to come back in, it's just like watching the game, looking it might get close, and just kind of being ready to be there for the guys that stepped up to get the lead close. And that's kind of how I look at it. But as far as like knowing if I'm gonna come in or not during that, it's pretty rare that we're down like that too. So I don't really have too much experience with it, but just kind of being ready to play.
And then what have you? I mean, I'm sure you've been asked about AJ Mitchell a lot. Like we continue to see a lot from him on both ends, but just what did you see from him tonight?
He did a good job running that unit that led the comeback, and just continues to figure out ways to be effective. Just it's cool to watch him like constantly understand the NBA game more and more at a rapid pace. So he's been doing a good job with it, and it's something that he'll continue to do good with.
Anybody else? Nick, no.
Yep.